Does the Maserati Grecale deserve 369,000 dirhams? And let me tell you all about it, interior, exterior, and how it drives. And now, before I start to talk about the features and specs about this car, let me tell you a little bit about the reason behind the name Grecale. So basically, Grecale is an Italian word for the name of a wind that actually goes on the Mediterranean Sea. So basically, this wind starts at a very low pressure area and it builds up with a very cool, cool breeze. And it is a very fast wind and it goes around the country of Greece and Malta. And I do think so that's one of the reasons why Maserati called this the Grecale, because it is supposed to represent, that type of wind, which is the Grecale wind. So this is a new generation, completely new, completely fresh. And because it is the new generation or a new model from Maserati, so they just did or updated a new interface that's only available on the Grecale, and this interface is going to be available on the next generation models, for example, like the Levante, the Quattroporte, and the Ghibli, and so on and so on. So the most important thing that changed is the interface. So I'm going to talk about that later on when I'm going to be in the interior, and you're going to see what are the differences. So the Grecale is going to have 3 different trims. It starts with the GT, which is around 300 horsepower, the Modena, which is around 330 horsepower, and this is only the 4-cylinder turbo class. And then you have at the end the Trofeo, which is the most powerful one at around 530 horsepower, which is the V6 turbo. So Maserati says the 4-cylinder turbo is the most fuel efficient one. So if you're looking to have the most fuel efficient Maserati, I personally, honestly, I would pick the Modena, which is the one that I have today, which is the most powerful 4-cylinder. And and Maserati claims it's gonna have an all-electric version, for whoever is an environmentally friendly person and wants an all-electric car for his daily. So it's gonna be called the Grecale. I can't just learn this name. The Grecale Folgore. And now if we're gonna talk about the exterior design of the Maserati Grecale, honestly, I don't have any comments on it. This is such a beautiful looking car. I mean, whenever it comes to Maserati, I always feel I don't have any words to say on it or like any negative comment on it, because I don't know how they do that. They just always have the perfect formula for all type of sizes, all type of classes of cars. Yeah, when it comes to design, Maserati never does something wrong. The one that I have today is the Modena. So you're gonna have the gloss black grille, gloss black lips. I love how Maserati just keeps the design of their grille. Even when you see the car from, far away, you're not really sure if it's a Maserati, but the moment that you're gonna see this logo and the whole Maserati grille, you're gonna know that this is a Maserati. I love the lights. I love how, I don't know, they look cute somehow. They're small. It does have a little bit of an influence from the MC20. And on the side you get the typical signature from Maserati, which is the 3 openings. These are just a signature. You can find it in all the Maseratis, and the moment that you see them, you know that this is a Maserati and it's not any other car. For the side mirrors, they're foldable. Of course, the entry and exit out of the doors, it's all keyless. But right now, because it has the new interface from Maserati, so everything has become digital and electric. So basically, you don't have a mechanical handle anymore. So it's controlled by a button that you touch and it opens the door. I don't know why it's not opening. I have the keys though. Okay, it's open. So that's the first time that it lags. I don't know why it did that. Maybe I just did not press it really well. So it's all electric. And when you come to the side, you have the typical Maserati logo. And I really love this blue paint on it. Looks beautiful. It's just, the whole thing, the whole design speaks for you. Maserati. I love it. Really, really, really nice. And now the moment you get inside the car, you know that you're not in any brand, you're in a Maserati, because of how everything looks nice. Maserati will never cheapen out on these things. You feel that everything is made out of, like high-end material, from the soft touched leather here on the dashboard, in white, and you get the black one, and you get 2 screens, Also a driver screens, I'm gonna come to that soon. And of course, in the center console, you get a lot of storage here in the middle with USB inputs too. You get a wireless charger for your phone and 2 cup holders. I really like this wood trim that they use. Even the speakers, they're Italian. They're an Italian brand called Sonos Faber, artisan of sound. Nice. There's a lot of changes in terms of technology and the way you use the whole infotainment screen and the driver screen. So one of the biggest updates is when you talk about the touch screen. So now you have 2 screens. The upper one is to control the infotainment system. The lower one is to control your climate control, even to control your lights, your traction, your parking sensor, all the stuff that you use to control by buttons, or the handles that's on the left of the steering wheel. So I do kind of like it, although I'm a big fan of buttons and knobs. But the good thing about it is it's not laggy. So it does make your life easy. Let's say, you don't have to worry, oh, damn, it's gonna be slow, it's gonna lag, oh, I need the temperature to go up or down. Nope, you don't have to worry about that. Everything is just smooth and works really pretty much fine. Now about the infotainment system, it is a full Google system. That's my favorite system out of all, because whenever any brand implements the Google system in their infotainment system, I've been repeating the word system a lot of times now, you know that it's gonna run smoothly. No lags, no bugs, it's not slow, and you do feel that everything is crisp, like pixels, just how HD it is. It's really, really nice. Of course, you get the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. And if you want to browse around the systems options, you can find a lot of stuff also. The standard settings that you would find in any car. And one of the main features, of course, you got the navigation, you got the My Car settings where you can control your safety system about the car. We all know the Maserati clock, that's always the middle here. Now, it's not analog, it's not an analog clock anymore, it's a fully digital clock. You can actually, right now, I just chose to show me the time. If you want, you can click on the lower screen and you can actually show the compass, the pedals, if you're pressing on the gas or the brake more, the G meter. So yeah, you can control that even with the brightness of the screen. For the front seats, they're all electric, of course, and you get the heating and ventilation option. And even if you want to extend this leg thing, you can do it manually. I wish this was electric. I don't know why they just made it all electric except for this. Maybe it is more practical to just grab it with your hands and pull it and push it. Maybe it makes more sense. And for the doors, it's not anymore a handle, it's a touch button. So when you click, it opens the door, and all of that is part of the new interface. Now, if you talk about the back seats, they are really, really comfortable. And that's knowing, the front seats, I put them back to do my own review. And yeah, I still have pretty much a lot of space. I'm not a tall person or a short person. I am around 180 centimeters, and look at the space that I have between my knees and the front seats. They're more than enough. Now, if we talk about the practicality of the back seats, it's just a very nice place to be in. You get enough room between your head and the roof. Everything looks really high-end somehow. So for the climate control, you get only a single climate control with the temperature control and the fan speed too, with 2 AC vents. You get USB inputs in the middle, also at the bottom. You get this very small, tiny space to put some stuff here. It is made out of plastic with, some leather contouring around it. In the middle, you get an armrest with 2 cup holders. I do wish they did upgrade this armrest. It does look a little bit cheap. I think that's the only thing that looks cheap in this car. I wish maybe they used another type of plastic, or they just made it all out of leather. And the way it jiggles, it moves, it feels weird a little bit. So yeah, maybe this could be the only bad comment about it. Now, if we're going to talk about the boot, it is electric, of course, Maserati. Really like how the button feels over here. It's nice. And you get, honestly, plenty of space to store your stuff if you're going for grocery shopping. you get more than enough. Around, let's say, 566 liters of space. And of course, if you need more, you can just fold down the seats manually and you're good to go, or with the handles that are here. So yeah, it's more than enough. And if you need more, you can just pull this cover. You're gonna get a certain type of pockets around the spare tire. Honestly, more than enough. It is just very nice and practical. I wish for the shade, or the sunshade, I think that's how they call it, was electric. I mean, this is not bad, you know. If I will be using this, I don't mind using this one, the manual one. But it does add a little bit of a fancy touch if it's electric. Like some certain brands, they always make this one all fully electric. Now let's talk about the driving of the Maserati Grecale. Honestly, it drives really, really nice. I mean, right now I'm just enjoying my ride. I'm cruising around. You do have 3 drive modes, which is the comfort. It makes everything just seems to be smooth and comfortable. Even the ride will be really, really, you know, like not bouncy, but very, very nice and gentle. There is the GT drive mode, which is the standard mode. Every time I turn on the car, it puts it directly on GT. I do think the GT is a combination of sport and comfort at the same time. If I'm not wrong, this could be the reason behind the GT drive mode. And then you have the sport mode. I mean, when I put it on sport mode, you feel everything just tightens up, and from the suspension, the engine, and even the gas pedal, you feel that the response is more aggressive. If I want to talk about the exhaust, I mean, all right, it's not a Trofeo, it's a Modena, but since this is the highest power output 4-cylinder, I was expecting a little bit more of sound out of this. Maybe this could be the second, I'm not gonna say negative point, but I wish it was a little bit louder. Maybe they could offer an option for the customer, whoever is buying the Modena Grecale. He could maybe have a louder exhaust. Could be an aftermarket exhaust, or could be a direct exhaust from Maserati. But I'm pretty sure soon aftermarket companies would start to do a lot of exhaust systems for this one, because I do feel that this is gonna start to sell a lot. If we're gonna talk about fuel efficiency, the fuel efficiency average that I'm watching right now in front of me, I just put it on GT mode. The fuel efficiency is around 10.9 liter for each 100 kilometer, which is not bad. Honestly, for a 4-cylinder turbo, this is a great number somehow. It is really not bad. If we're gonna talk about the noise insulation from the outside, I'm not gonna exaggerate about this, but I could say it is somehow a very good noise insulation. And it does a pretty well job. I was going around 120 kilometers per hour on the highway, and I was barely hearing somehow really, really little noises. And yeah, so far so good. If we're gonna talk about the acceleration, it has a very good amount of power. I mean, 330 horsepower out of a 4-cylinder 2-liter turbocharged engine. All of that made it to an 8-speed automatic gearbox. It does a pretty nice job. If you want to overtake someone, you want to go to a roundabout, you want to take a turn a little bit faster, or you're at the T-junction and you need just, you know, to get that really speedy acceleration, it's all there. And I did actually try to launch control it. There isn't any standard option to launch control it, or maybe there is, but I did not find it. I just did the classical move, which is brake, full brake, and gas, and it does pack a punch. I love it. Now let's talk about my verdict on the Maserati Grecale. Do I like it? Yes, I do love it. It is a very beautiful SUV. I mean, it's cute, elegant, and if you get the Trofeo model, it's gonna be a beast. So all of that just combined in one package, and only a few brands in the world know how to do that, and Maserati is one of them. And being an Italian brand, you know, I love just all of these Italian cars. Ferrari, Maserati, Alfa Romeo is just beautiful, you know. I have no negative comment to say on it. Now, if you talk about the price, which is around 369,000 dirhams, I do think it is a fair price for it, because at the end of the day, you're buying the Maserati logo, and the Maserati logo is not any logo. It's a Maserati at the end of the day. This would just turn heads at any time, which it really did when I was, you know, driving around. And yeah, let me know your opinions down in the comments. What do you guys think about the Grecale? Is this gonna be the new success of Maserati? Are we gonna see more of these cars on the road? And if you want to know more about it, now for the price, this is just an average price that I gave. This price could change, you know, today, tomorrow, after a month, after a year. So if you want to know more about it, this one I took it from Altair Maserati. You can visit the, you know, the nearest local dealer in your city, and you can ask them about the price, because this could change from city to another city and with time. And yeah, I want to know your opinions on this one, the Grecale, and hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you on the next one. Peace.